I was watching the news last evening and we've been advised that we are going to have El Nino rains pretty soon, just in about 2 months' time. And I'm just thinking of ways to prepare for El Nino. I can't really remember the last time we had an El Nino, maybe over a decade ago, but it was terrible. It's hard to get even food. It's so flooded that you can't move. So I'm just doing food preparations mostly. And I'm just thinking of ways to preserve, especially the greens, because electricity here is really not reliable. Sometimes we have blackouts and the food can easily go bad. We have some ready bananas in the farm, and banana is not our staple food, so we cannot eat all of it maybe in a month. So I'm just thinking of ways to keep it green. So guys, I have such a huge harvest of banana. This is the type of bananas that we cook, and it is so huge. So as I'm making preparations for the El Nino rains, I'm thinking of ways to preserve it so that it stays green throughout the rain season. So if you have a tip on how to keep bananas green, please let me know, because I'm really not sure of any method. And if I leave them just out there, they're going to go ripe, and I don't want them to be ripe. I want them to stay green. I can't carry this. I think I'll get a wheelbarrow. So the maize has also been lying out here since we harvested, and it's time to have them. Do we shred maize? Yeah, we are removing them from the cobs so that we can store them for the rain season. So the word is shelling. We are shelling the maize. So my biggest worry is not the flooding, because we never really get floods. We are on raised ground, so the water flows downhill. My biggest worry at the moment is the food we're gonna be eating during this season, because our roads will be impassable. You know, the village roads, they are not roads for all seasons. So with El Nino, getting food is going to be a problem. So I really need to stock up on as much food as possible. And I also have to keep the garden stocked because that is where we'll be getting most of our vegetable supplies. So I need to top up on the vegetables. So I put some beets in a nursery bed in a bag, and they are now ready. So I'm transplanting the beets to the garden, and then I'll also be planting more vegetables. I hope the rain won't be too much for them. But one advantage we have here is being somewhere on the hill, so the flow of water doesn't really affect us. Maybe soil erosion will affect us, but our soil is not going to be waterlogged. That I'm sure of. I always enjoy gardening. It's always been more of a therapy for me. And everything I plant really makes me happy and gives me hope. It's kind of, you're looking forward to something. It's always good to live in this life expecting something. So I'm expecting a harvest from this. And it feels so good to watch them grow from the time I put them in the seed bed, and eventually there'll be beetroots and there'll be leaves, and I'll be enjoying vegetables. So fulfilling. It is really windy today. So are you making any preparations for the El Nino rains, or are you even aware we are expecting El Nino in about 1.5 months? Let me know the kind of preparations you're making. Probably I could borrow one or two ideas, especially on storage and preservation of vegetables. I'm always planting the beets because the leaves are such a delicious vegetable. As I wait for the tubers to form, I always love to eat the leaves. It's quite windy today, and that is a sign that the rains are soon coming. It's like the wind is pushing the clouds this way, and we are soon expecting rain for our second planting this year. We have 2 seasons of planting every year, and the next one is just around the corner. But usually we have short rains for the second planting, except for this year when we are expecting the El Nino rains. So I'm really worried about how our crops are going to perform this time. The last time we had El Nino, things didn't go really well with the crops in the fields. Most of them were swept away, and whatever was left had too much water, so they could not really do well. Most vegetables love water, so I'm not worried about the vegetables. I know they'll be just fine. So as I store my food, I hope you're also making preps for the El Nino rains if you're in Kenya. Thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and stay safe during that season. Bye bye.